Morning and welcome to Fort Seller Elementary School. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful weekend. Today is Monday, March 21st, 2022, and it is day one. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, I want to invite you, as I always do, to participate in the Mindful Minute. So let's just allow ourselves to just notice the present moment. Now, as I notice the present moment, I know that you're probably saying, "Hey, Mr. Lin, your voice sounds weird." And it's true, I am losing my voice. Unfortunately, I've got a little bit of a cold, so please forgive me. Please bear with me. But even as I deal with unpleasant feelings like having a cold, it's okay to take a moment and just sit back and observe what it feels like, what sensations there are about having a cold without being too judgy about it, okay? So, in this attitude of not being too judgmental, let's use our eyes and just look around and find something that catches our eyes and allow ourselves to be grateful. Study it, study the shapes, how far away that item is, the colors, the reflections, the shininess, the textures even. All right, with your nose, take a breath in and out. What do you sense with your sense of smell? And what does it make you think of? What does it remind you of? With your ears, just pause and just listen. Yeah, what do you hear? What sounds are there that exist that you didn't notice before, but now you notice them because you're paying attention? And finally, with your skin, what are you feeling? What do you feel with your sense of touch? Whether it's the clothing or the air, the warm air as the temperature gets warmer, right? Okay. Now, we're going to move on and we're going to continue to practice our breathing. And with our breathing, I'm going to continue using Thea's sunrise and sunset breathing practice. Now, you can use whatever breathing practice works best for you. It doesn't have to be Thea's. It could be one of the techniques shared by one of our other friends, or maybe you've developed a breathing technique that works best for you too. All right? So let's go ahead and get our bodies settled. Get yourself comfortable. Notice that chair holding you up. Notice the weight of your body as it pushes down. Very good. All right? Now go ahead, take that first breath in and out. Allow your body to settle into your chair. Allow your shoulders to relax. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. I hope you're paying attention to your breathing, but if your mind is off thinking about anything else, as you breathe out, just gently draw your attention back to the amazingness of this moment, this breath. Breathe in again. And breathe out. As we get into the rhythm of breathing, also notice your body as you breathe in. Notice a part of your body that you hadn't thought about. Give it some attention. Greet it in your mind. Notice how it feels. Breathe in and breathe out. Also, while you're at it, think about what feelings and emotions you brought to school today. Those are real feelings. Breathe out. Maybe some of those feelings are something that you love and you consider pleasant, but sometimes those feelings aren't so pleasant. Breathe in. Those feelings are still real, and I want you to pay attention to how real those feelings are and how they make you feel, what sensations they bring to you. Don't get caught up in why you feel a particular way. Just notice what that feeling feels like. Open up your heart, let those feelings in. Oftentimes they have a message to share. Breathe in. Pay attention to those feelings. What do they want to tell you? And as you breathe out, Allow them in. Because the more you push them out, the more they'll push back. Let them in. Breathe in. And out. Now, in a moment, you'll hear a bell or a chime. Listen to it as it gets quieter and quieter. And when you can't hear it anymore, you may then open your eyes and awaken to the world that is around you. Welcome to a new day right here at the fort, where you are loved, where you are cared for, and where we want you to succeed. Now, whether you have a great day or not, that's ultimately your choice. So choose wisely, work at it, and enjoy the rewards. At this moment, please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Go ahead and take a seat. All right, thank you for joining me in this Mindful Minute. It's nice to know that many of you are joining me. And as you can tell with my cold, I am noticing a lot of unpleasant feelings. And sometimes you could get caught up in being upset about it, or sometimes you could just sit back and just observe. Wow, what does it feel like to be sick? Just notice it, okay? And that's the same thing with other unpleasant feelings, like being frustrated with a test or being frustrated with work or something your teacher asks you to do. Just sit back and notice that feeling. What does it feel like to be frustrated? Oftentimes, if you kind of take that moment, you'll get yourself in a point where you could just simply brush yourself off and try again. Okay, speaking of trying again, that is one of our 3 B's, being ready to learn. And it also means being ready to fail. You all know that. So today, when you go into school, when you go into class, when you go into a lesson, there will be times where things go easy, but there are going to be times that are hard. Allow yourself to fail and fail forward. And what I mean by that is you're still moving forward. You're still going to dust yourself off and keep marching forward. Keep trying, okay? That's what being ready to learn is. But also be respectful. Use your ears. Use your eyes. Your teachers over the weekend have worked hard to put together a learning experience for you. And that matters, okay? So give it a shot, Listen to them. Give it your best, okay? That's the ultimate respect. But also be respectful with being how responsible you are, right? That's our 3rd B, being responsible with our hand and our feet. And if we're going to be respectful in how we're responsible, that also includes the words that come out of our mouth. We want to use helpful and kind words, and it starts with our mind. If our mind thinks about encouraging things, being encouraging, being kind and compassionate, being cooperative, well, guess what? We will also act that way. Now, speaking of being cooperative, that's our character trait of the month. Cooperation. Okay, let's give it our best. There are great things we can accomplish on our own, but you could argue more things that we could accomplish together. Working together means sometimes you got to give up a little bit of your idea so someone else's idea can be tried. Sometimes you've got to help someone else. Sometimes you've got to cheer them on. If they do a better job than you, but you're on the same team, you cheer for them. You're happy for them. And when you have your individual successes, other friends, other grown-ups will also cheer for you and celebrate you. So let's work on that, cooperation. We can't exist in this world alone. Oftentimes we need each other's help. So let's practice what it feels like to be on each other's team. Now, finally, I want you to know this, and I think you all know this, what I'm about to say. I always end every morning announcements with this message, and that's this. I love you just the way you are. Boys and girls, I love you just the way you are. And I hope that as you become more cooperative, you realize that there's so many other people in school and in your life that you also love just as they are, just as they're growing. So go find those people. Tell them that you love them just the way they are. Go tell those grown-ups who work so hard to give you a learning experience. Tell them that you love them just the way they are. All right? Have an amazing Monday. I can't wait to see you guys around. And yeah, by the way, before I sign off, don't forget today is the Kickoff to Helping Hearts Challenge with Mr. Babiars. If you guys have some canned foods or foods that won't go bad, you don't need a refrigerator for, bring them in, because as part of this helping jump rope unit, we're trying to bring in as many food items for the food pantry and the Lebanon Food Bank, so that people who don't have enough to eat will be able to go to those places and pick up some things to eat. And this is a great way for us to share how much we love our community. And again, it's something that we can do together and cooperate. All right? Like I said, can't wait to see you guys around.